Why Arsenal are genuine title contenders. Arsenal under Mikel Arteta have massively improved. Their recruitment has been absolutely fantastic. The way that they've built out their squad, built out the tactical side of the team as well. The positional play has been superb. Arsenal, for me, this season have moved from nearly men to genuine title contenders. We talk about the recruitment of the summer, adding the likes of Gabriel Jesus to the squad, I think has been massive, but also bulking out the squad in a sense of, bringing your Zinchenko's in, your Fabio Vieira's in there, that could play different roles in different systems. And for me, that is one of the first reasons why Arsenal are genuine title contenders this season. It's their versatility and what they can do. Not only can Arsenal, set up in a number of different ways. We're talking heavy possession. We're talking focus on offense. They now have the squad to do that with the versatility. And I think the back four is quite an interesting starting point for Arsenal to kind of talk about how they can set up. Because I think with having the likes of Ben White, Zinchenko and Tomiyasu, as well as Tierney in that back four that can play, different positions and different roles, allows Arsenal to build differently. And I think that can change with what Mikel Arteta wants to go. Let's take Tomiyasu. Was signed last season, could play right back, left back, and as a third centre back, as we saw in the back of the game against Liverpool, and we've seen many times this season. When attack has been brought off, Arsenal drop back to this 5-4-1 shape, which soaks up the opposition's pressure and allows Arsenal to sit a little bit deeper. But I'm only talking about, Tomiyasu as an option, but as well Zinchenko in there as a inverted fullback. We've seen many times Arsenal build with their kind of 4-1-4-1 shape. Xhaka into attack in midfield, Zinchenko inside, Partey supporting that central area. The options, though, are again to change it. If you want to go Tierney, a little bit more of a wider build-up shape. Xhaka slightly different, the left winger inside. The versatility that Arsenal have built in their squad, for me, makes them, genuine title contenders. And when you're thinking about how they played against Liverpool, basically playing four centre-backs, this could be a way going forward. The way that Tomiyasu dealt with the big switch from Liverpool consistently tried to pull Arsenal to the right-hand side of their defensive shape and then hit a switch to Mohamed Salah up against Tomiyasu. But the way that Tomiyasu aerially dealt with those balls was fantastic, and it's definitely a way that, of course, Arteta can progress the team and make them really hard to beat against it, to beat in these tough games. Talking about these tough games, I think that one of the biggest tests of Mikel Arteta's reign has always been Jurgen Klopp. In terms of how they are as a side. Arsenal going into the game against Liverpool had won one of their last 14 Premier League encounters versus Liverpool. Since Arsenal's last goal against Liverpool, Klopp's men have scored 12 without a reply. But this was the first time that Arsenal scored 3 goals against a Jurgen Klopp team. And their performance was sensational. But not only that, have they not beaten Liverpool 3-2, but as well showing their ability against Spurs, beating them 3-1 earlier on, with a different team, with a different mentality. As I mentioned previously, the Spurs game was more of a Zinchenko double pivot with Thomas Partey, whereas the Liverpool game, it was Tomiyasu with more of a traditional kind of back four, more of a defensive shape to allow, Arsenal to deal with the front four of Liverpool, which I thought was absolutely superb. And that's something that's changed with them this season. That mentality, the character, the belief, which is another massive reason why they're genuine title contenders. You think in the character that they have, your Granit Xhaka's emerging from pretty frosty years at Arsenal to being one of the leaders in the team. But on top of that, you have the mentality of Gabriel Jesus. His pressure higher at the pitch doesn't let the opposition's back four, have a moment of time to relax. Against Liverpool, Arsenal were fantastic in the press. Liverpool built with their 2 defensive midfielders, Thiago and Jordan Henderson, but they didn't have a moment. Whether it was Jesus pressing them from behind, whether it was Odegaard pressing them high and Granit Xhaka pressing them high, it was absolutely superb, and it forced Liverpool into errors, and a lot of problems with their build-up. You combine that with the belief that they have in their system now and their play. On top of that, the average age of the Arsenal team is 23.7, which is the youngest in the Premier League. Youthful excitement and bravery is a big thing when coming to really sort of compete for world-class or compete for titles, compete for the Premier League. And finally, I think you can look at some of their players playing at a world-class level this season. Saka, from the right-hand side, has scored against every top 6 side in the Premier League. Martinelli has 6 goal involvements in 9 games this season. William Saliba looks like one of the best centre-halves in European football, won 100% of his duels against Liverpool. You've got Gabriel Jesus is providing threat, goals and assists, won the penalty against Liverpool, but the pressure, absolutely fantastic, allows them to sort of, believe in that ability to step up and play a high line. You've got Granit Xhaka in central midfield. You could argue he's playing at a world-class level this season with his performances. And not only that, you think about the youth that Arsenal are bringing through. One of the players that's regarded as one of the top prospects for Arsenal that could potentially come back in January is the top scoring young player in European football. Balogun has 6 goals and an assist in 10 games for Reims in Liga. His development is massive. Top scoring under 21 player in Europe with those 6 goals. You think about all of these things together and you combine it with a real ability to play a positional style. And that was kind of highlighted by the first goal that Arsenal scored against Liverpool. The way that they drew the press on. They pulled Liverpool slightly left and then hit a really simple progression to the right. They drew Liverpool's defence over to the right-hand side of the pitch, and then they overloaded 2v1 through the middle, through Martin Odegaard to find a brilliant pass for Martinelli to finish, a brilliant positional goal. If you look at the Premier League as well, and you take that as a consideration, positional football and a heavy possession style is what's working in the Premier League this season. When you look at some of the top sides in there, it is, of course, Arsenal. You are looking at Man City, play that positional game under Pep Guardiola. You could say that Graham Potter's playing that positional game, or was playing that positional game at Brighton, now will play that positional game at Chelsea. It's just working. It's the idea that you can play out of any situation, create a spare man, create a qualitative overload or a quantitative overload, create chances and score goals. And that, for me, is one of the genuine reasons why Arsenal could win the league this season. Thanks for watching, guys. Get into the comments below. Do you think Arsenal will win the Premier League this season? For me, it's them and Man City. 2 big title contenders. We haven't seen this in a long time for Arsenal, and I quite like it. Arsenal are back. See you later.